Hello, this is Dandoozi, your cozy corner for hobbies like Legos, Pokemon, collectibles, and whatever else I'm up to. Today I'm opening up this tin that I have. It's a Raging Bolts EX tin. We have Raging Bolts right there on the cover with a promo card right inside. Some artwork on the side of the tin. These are always fun to get. Put your other cards and accessories inside. Nice to have. All right, let's open it up. First up, of course, we have the Raging Bolts promo card. It's got some really neat artwork there to this card. So it's an ancient card. It's a dragon type. What you see might be hard to see because it's so shiny, but the Bellowing Thunder attack needs electric and fighting type energy, which is pretty typical for dragon type. You need multiple energies. Burst Roar, discard your hand and draw 6 cards. Bellowing Thunder, you may discard any amount of basic energy from your Pokemon. This attack does 70 damage for each card you discarded in this way. Okay, so this card you're going to really need to think about your strategy to be able to use, because you're going to be going through energy very quickly. You're going to be using it fast, which hence the Burst Roar attack there. Hopefully helps you get more energy, but you're just going to be using up energy very quickly. But it is a good card. I love the artwork on this card. It is an ancient EX card. All right, so we have 5 packs to open out of this tin. We will start with the Destined Rivals. First up, Grass Energy. Skarmory. I've always liked Skarmory. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, the first one, he's kind of a mini boss in that game. And since meeting, I was obsessed with Mystery Dungeon. I loved it. So since seeing him in that game with a higher role, I guess, he always intrigued me. Skarmory, like that guy. Smoliv. Got the clay art style on a Smoliv. Neat. Torchic. Right, I love my little... This was my starter when I played Sapphire. Blaziken is my favorite Pokemon. And of course I love Torchic. My daughter actually has a stuffed animal in Torchic. And a Cyndaquil. And a Charmander. And a Pikachu. Rotom. What's that Gadget Show attack? Let's see. This attack does 30 damage for each Pokemon tool attached to all of your Pokemon. Okay, so if you have lots of tools in your deck, this Rotom would be good to use. Speaking of tools, here's one, Cynthia's Power Weight. The Cynthia's Pokemon this card is attached to gets plus 70 HP. So it's specific to just Cynthia's Pokemon. Team Rocket's Muck. Wow, and gooped up. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. During your opponent's next turn, that Pokemon can't retreat. Hazardous Venom. This attack does 100 damage for each special condition affecting your opponent's active Pokemon. So if you use Gooped Up, you get them confused, and they're still confused, then you can use Hazardous Venom and do 100 damage. And if you manage to get multiple conditions, then there's even higher potential. In order to get to Team Rocket's Muck, you're going to need a Team Rocket's Grimer. Arcanine. Punishing Fang. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a Dark-type Pokemon, this attack does 100 more damage. So if you get lucky and pull this when you're fighting someone with Dark Pokemon, that would be very useful to have. Shaman, reverse holo card. Oh, such a cute little hedgehog. Has an ability, Flower Curtain. Prevent all damage done to your benched Pokemon that don't have a rule box by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, so Shaman will protect your team, essentially. At least the ones without a rule box. Good to just keep on your bench. You don't necessarily need to use Shaman unless you need to. Just have it on your bench to protect your team. Another reverse holo and Kangaskhan. Gentle Slap and Dizzy Punch. I just came across a Mega Evolution Kangaskhan. And the little baby in the Kangaskhan pouch actually comes out to fight in its Mega Evolution form. I thought that was really neat. And lastly, Team Rocket's Wobbuffet. This is a holo card. Let's see, Rocket Mirror. Move all damage counters from one of your bench Team Rocket's Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. Wow, that could be a lot of damage. Yeah, that could have a huge damage potential, depending how much damage you have on your Team Rocket Pokemon. All right, Surging Sparks. Water Energy. Charcadet. Shift stuff a little bit. Alolan Diglett. See his little hair on top of his head. Spheal. Capsakid. Walrein. Frigid Fangs and Megaton Fall. Frigid Fangs. During your opponent's next turn, Pokemon that have 2 or less energy attached can't attack. Megaton Fall is going to do 50 damage to Walrein, but 170 damage output is a good trade-off, I think. It's interesting they never developed an ice type for the card game. Like, I feel like that's one of the few that there's not a type existence. I know they came out with Fairy, but there's nothing for ice. What else? What else would be missing? And there's obviously Dark. It can't be. There's bug. Bug type is another one. So there's no ice or bug type in the card game. Magnezone. Mighty Magnetism. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. During your opponent's next turn, that Pokemon can't retreat. Or Zap Cannon. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Zap Cannon. Big damage output here, though. I really like Magnezone as a stage 3 for Magneton. The originals, Magneton didn't evolve, and they added Magnezone in. They did that with a few Pokemon like Magmar, Electabuzz are good examples of that. They added an evolution later. I really like this Magnezone. Goldango. I feel like I've got a few of this guy. He is pretty neat, though. Reverse Hollow Zangoose. Reverse Hollow Drillbur. And very nice, a Hollow Iron Crown Future card. Neat. So Slicing Blade for 100 damage, or Deleting Slash. If your opponent has 3 or more benched Pokemon, this attack does 80 more damage. I mean, that's pretty common to have 3 or more Pokemon on your bench, so you're doing 140 damage for only 2 energy. And because it's a future card, you can probably attach some sort of a tool that will maybe give it more damage output. I think the damage output tools typically apply like to the ancient Pokemon more. Future is more like you get more health. I believe. I could be mistaken there. I don't recall what a future capsule does. Still, neat card. All right, another Surging Sparks. Okay. Grass Energy. Crocolore. Tandemouse. Oh, this is my friend's favorite Pokemon. She might make an appearance in one of these videos. Spewpa. I like the name of that attack. Wander About. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Donphan. Cool artwork. Knock Flat. This attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So it's going to hit no matter what for 40 damage. Or Guarded Rolling. Discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 100 less damage from attacks. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Super strong card here. You attack for 120, then defend yourself in the next turn. Although you're probably going to need an additional turn to recharge your energy. That's the downside of that attack. Victini. This Victini is apparently a mystical Pokemon. I just learned, like Celebi, or I forget the name of the 3 lake Pokemon. I don't remember their names. But let's see. Ability Victory Cheer. Attached, used by your Evolution Pokemon, Evolution Fire Pokemon. Do 10 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Paldean Tauros. Fighting type. So there's a few different types of Tauros. There's the fighting, there's the water type, and there's a fire type. All of them are strong. And then, of course, you have the original colorless Tauros. Here's a Pokemon tool, Counter Gain. If you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, attacks used by the Pokemon this card is attached to cost 1 colorless energy less. Reverse Holo Capsakid. Saw this card earlier, but here's a reverse holo form of it. Reverse Holo Charcadet. They kind of look like they'd hang out. All right, and a Holo Dialga. I like Dialga over Palkia. Time Manipulation. Search your deck for 2 cards, shuffle your deck, then put those cards on top of it in any order. Buster Tail for 160 damage. Buster Tail needs Psychic, Metal, and colorless energy. So you use Time Manipulation to put what cards you need on top of your deck to be able to use Buster Tail. Cool. Neat card. I played Diamond rather than Pearl, so I guess that's why I'm partial to Dialga. All right, we have a Journey Together pack. Water Energy. I can never say this guy's name. Togedemaru. Togedemaru. I don't know why that's such a difficult one for me. Squovet. The cute squirrel. Paris. Milcery. Brock Scouting, supporter card. Search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon or 1 evolution Pokemon. Reveal them and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Volcarona. Neat card. Volcarona has a really beautiful appearance in Pokemon Snap. Lokix. An Alolan Marowak. Reverse Holo. It's just a cool design. It's interesting. So this Alolan Marowak can evolve from a regular Cubone. I don't know that there is an Alolan Cubone. So you can use this card just with regular Cubone. You can pair it with regular Marowaks as well. Let's see, Retaliate. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's last turn, this attack does 90 more damage. Or Will-O-Wisp for 90. I feel like Will-O-Wisp should burn your opponent. That's the whole point of Will-O-Wisp, right? You place the burn condition on them. Reverse Hollow Wingull. And a Hollow Whale Lord. 4 colorless energy to use Hydro Pump. This attack does 50 more damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. So you're going to do, oh gosh, at least 410 damage. Excuse me, 210 damage. 410 would be astronomical. But wow, that for 240 HP also, and this isn't an EX card? Holy moly. Yeah, you're doing a ton of damage. Wailord's going to stay out there for a long time. And when he's knocked out, your opponent's only going to take 1 prize card. That is an awesome card to have. Neat. All right, and last one, another journey together. Grass Energy. Oh. Shuppet. Hops Corvisquire. Getting a lot of hop cards recently. And Sigilif. There's that victory symbol. If you use this attack when you have exactly 1 prize card remaining, you win this game. Whoa. You can just claim victory with that attack. You have to have 1 prize card remaining. That's insane. So let's say you have 1 prize card remaining. Your enemy has managed to pretty much keep you at bay, and they have 5 or 6 prize cards remaining. If you play this card, you can just win the game. Wow. That is nuts. Jeez, I'm baffled by that. That would be excellent to have in your deck. And it's a basic card. So you could play it right away. Wow, you would definitely want to keep that in your corner. Billy and O'Nair. Supporter card. Draw 2 cards. Then if you have 10 or more cards in your hand, draw 2 more cards. Never seen them before. Bennett. Or Benetti. It's good. I just pulled the Shuppet a little bit ago. Cursed Words. Your opponent chooses 3 cards from their hand and shuffles their cards into their deck. That artwork is pretty scary. Bennett's got a fierce look to it. An item Hops bag. Search your deck for up to 2 basic Hops Pokemon and put them onto your bench. It's good because I've been grabbing a bunch of Hops Pokemon in these polls. Pangoro. Pangoro is always a strong card. Dark type. Fungus, Reverse Hollow. Komala, Reverse Hollow. Slumbering Smack. Both active Pokemon are now asleep. During your next turn, attacks used by this Pokemon do 100 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Jeez. But the downside to that is Kamala is going to be asleep. So if you can't wake up Kamala, you're not going to be able to use that 100 extra damage. And a Magmortar. I was just talking about Magmortar. Ability Magma Surge. During Pokemon Checkup, put 3 more damage counters on your opponent's burned Pokemon. Okay, and then Searing Flame puts the burn status on the active Pokemon. So you're going to want to use that in tandem. That's it. Yeah, so I think burn during Pokemon Checkup you put 2 damage counters on, I believe. So this is going to do 50 damage for burn status with that ability, which is a lot in Pokemon Checkup. Add on that you're doing 90 damage with your actual attack. Very powerful. And this is a holo card. All right. So I didn't get any other EX cards, no special illustrations in this one. But I got some really powerful cards to use for decks, like that Whale Lord I'm super excited about. And that End Sigilith, that was unbelievable to me. This Magmortar as well is going to be really strong. And of course we have the Raging Bolts EX promo card here. So exciting polls. Nothing super crazy, but really useful cards. Thanks so much for watching.